That was many years ago in Entebbe kindergarten. I remember he used to participate in so many school activities, but he felt it, I think, a good thing to be our Father Christmas. It was a secret that he kept from us. So I remember when we got to school, he came in that little car, the Lubalala, what was it called? The Beetle. He came driving and he hid somewhere, got out, and you could see he kept pulling us, he kept pulling me and Guste. I think I remember there are pictures of him calling Charlie, giving him a gift and stuff like that, but we didn't know. But he did this because he loved us. If you look at one of the pictures, that was the jolly face we all knew. Mzee was a happy man. When I speak of prayer, I'll just share one story, then we will call it a day. He knew we loved dodging mass on Sundays. We always woke up late. But for him, by 7 a.m., he was at church. So one day, he tricks us. He's like, you know, people, today in the mass, sorry, I'm saying service and mass because now I'm on the other side, but I'm still this side, partially. So he's like, in the mass today, in the announcements, because he knew we hadn't attended, even when we would attend, would not pay attention. He's like, the Pope has asked all the young people in Entebbe to write a composition about your life. So he says this will be handed over in the next week's mass. So we all sat down. He told us, just write stories about yourselves. Definitely, most of us told lies. I think the only person who was to point was Maso. Sorry, Sharon. Forgive me if I call you Maso, but you all see she has beautiful eyes and they all pop out. So we all know her as Maso. So Maso was the only truthful person in that whole conversation. Guste talked about lions chasing him, gorillas chasing him, etc. I think he wanted to go to Rome. Unfortunately, within the week, we see Mzee seated at the balcony, taking his cup of tea with a red pen, marking those scripts. You don't want to know what was happening. We were all shaking. Yeah, he marked us. Sharon, I remember, got an A. Gusta, I won't say. Charlie, I won't say. But I think Maso got A+. I think he gave me A negative because I was partially there. So that was his love. And what was he driving to? He wanted us to grow up knowing God, knowing how to write just like he did. He loved reading. He liked writing. He loved watching the news. So, Mzee, what we promised you, we are going to leave your legacy. We picked prayer, humility, generosity, love, forgiveness, and all. Rest in peace, Jaja Boy. Auguste has something to say.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here today. About my grandfather, Mzee Charles Baryomunsi. Mzee Charles Baryomunsi had the biggest heart ever. When I say biggest heart, this guy used to give. I think he even used not to think while giving at times. He used to give, and he gave with one heart. No matter what it was, even if it was a car, I think he would give it out. Anything. And I respected him for that. No matter what, he always gave. Regardless, there's even some few people that would take advantage of his giving, but he kept on giving. A very big heart he was. I'm certain he's going to join the old ladies, just 1 year, isn't it? Just 1 year. So I'm sure wherever they are, they're pleased and happy. Today I am celebrating Mzee's life. I'm not grieving, this is a celebration, because the man lived, sincerely speaking. He lived through it all. Through the sadness after losing all his sons, but he kept up. His head was always up. He never changed. He was a giver. And that's a big lesson. Very big lesson. Mzee Baryomunsi, my grandfather, rest in peace, yeah? Pardon? Yeah, and everyone that has come, our friends from wherever, from Entebbe, thank you so much for coming. Charlie's friends, Sharon's friends, Connie's friends, all of you people, thank you so much. And lastly, I might have been a tough fellow here in Ruti. I know that, but everyone is welcome here. This is home. If you have been coming here, don't ever say we're not going to come here, because this is home. You're all welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, the grandchildren, for that speech. Omubwangu niza kweta Daudi on behalf of the in-laws. Aije aheze speech. Then I enjoy na bataibeye.
And then after that?
Then tuza kugiraho Nalongo na Rosa nabo bije bahe brief speech.
Thank you.
Good. Spencer. Okay, banjiranga mwenda kutureba kurunji. So let us present ourselves. So nyowe nyemerire nkaha, nyemeriraha. I'm sorry, my runyankwere will be convoluted. It will be going this way and that way. Jagamba n'orujungu. Akamba nze nyanjure batahi banjaba niye omukwe omukodo. Omukwe omukuru in the home. I married 31 years ago, 31 years ago. I married my wife, who is the first daughter in this household. Then there's my colleague, Fred Opolot, Kashwera, the second daughter, the Roharo Spencer, who is married to the third daughter. Unfortunately, twemeriraha kuonka omwekeji abasigazi bona bazi room bona bakagenda. Nicho mwana yanagambira ngu bakakora nk'emfuzi konka batari mfuzi. They grew up in a manner that was not for orphans. They were looked after properly. So one time, nahereza kushora mukazi wanje, twatandikira no kuzara. The Jaja girl, so the late is Jaja boy. Konka omwana kuyamwesire Jaja boy, twajira what about the girl? So the children en mass started calling the lady Jaja girl. But my story was Jaja girl akanyetaro wajwa konka mwana wanje yonoza kuzara bwana tukatwine obiri, Samali and the late Daudi. Owe akaine habit tizantebe okutaya aka nakunda mnonga nature ninja mureba hona nwe akozere the compound is beautiful akana akunde muri de rantwara turambura compound atkonkani nyendo zari y'abana bandi. So nyo mugira ntkonka haro abana bona, haro Charlie, haro Connie, haro Guste, haro Sharon. Abana, I don't know whether I'll have to translate this into English for those who don't understand. So mugiranti ababana nabone betaga bazire kandi imwe mukuzire. So in effect, I kind of took on the children as my own. And if you look in the booklet, ekishanicha omukwe nanka wenkanu yabuzire, there's a picture inside here when all these children are together with my biological children. That was the portrait, I think it is even in the house, of my family portrait. So that is beside the point. Where Mzee Baryomunsi, he was very cool. He was a cool man. He was composed. He was very generous, like Guste said. He was such a nice person. Very kind at heart. Very stable in the head. He took his time to think about what he was going to say to anybody. And whatever would come out of that head was very brilliant, so to speak. In his own ways, he was actually a very good friend of mine. Because we would sit when he was still drinking, and I was also very happy with drinks. A bottle of gin or waraji or a whiskey, and we drink it and we speak. And we would be very happy, and I would get into the car and drive back to Kampala. Very happy. But what I'm trying to put across is that the things that came out of his head were always sensible. Kandi akashomera mnonga. You can imagine in the 1960s, somebody with a master's degree. That was something that was unimaginable. Nyakanjira ati to go to America, akajendrom DC-10. Now many of you who are not sensitized to flying, the DC-10 were those old planes, the propeller planes. Is it, what do they call propellers? There is atenyonyi or crossing the Atlantic. Enyonyi is something unimaginable. I would never have gotten a plane like that. Not for that distance. Kwonka, he went all the way to America. He has shown a master's degree in one university. He went to 2 other universities, yatungayo other qualifications in agriculture. So he was an actual expert in agriculture. Njo he retired in Jiraha, and then he came and dug up Lake Baryomunsi area. It's a pond, but me I call it a lake because it is the biggest pond I've ever seen. So, now, recent times, while retired in Jire, you would find him with Charlie in the gardens here. Baryomunsi, not that he wanted really to do it for economics, but it was a passion that was in him as an agriculturist. I think it might have been also what attracted him to his wife, Akuba. One of his wife's brothers was also an agriculturist. I think Mr. Bashe. And I think Jajaponi is also around that subject area. Anyway, that is to show you that this man, not only was he good as a person, but he was intelligent, he was learned, and he could do a lot of things in a manner that is appropriate. Okay, sometimes he would say certain things about his wife, and the wife would say certain things about him, but in a jocular manner, and I'd become part of the family that I didn't feel there was nothing. It was okay. Yeah. So there is a lot of stuff that somebody can say about Jaja Boy, and it will take me a long time to finish what I thought was something that you can speak about Jaja Boy, so to speak. Kuonka, for me personally, I was welcomed into the family. I became almost a child, because when I said these others are children, I more or less entered completely the household, and I became part of it. So to my wife, I was an older brother and a husband and all those things. And to my father and mother-in-law, I was just a child. I would come, I would be welcomed, I would eat what I want, I would go where I wanted, and that was it. Yeah. So I shouldn't take much of the time. I know that there are other people that want to speak. The clergy also wants to say their piece and leave. So let me give opportunity also, a very short time, to my colleagues to say hello, and thank you.
As Daudi has already mentioned, my name is Fred Opolot. I'm married to this family, but I think I have a slot later whereby I will expound a bit more on what I have to say. In the meantime, I shall pass this to Spencer.
Thank you so much. We are grieved, and I would like to share and say that what God cannot do does not exist. This is a journey, and we shall all go through, but we thank God that it has ended in praise. I'm married to Catherine Baryomunsi, and we are a family. So we are one, let's remain one, because before we were born, God knew that we'd be together. So let's hold that mantle and pray and pray and pray. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Urupfu rw'abantu bashomere rugumire no twaza mporo ubona nikatwikirize kiliziya mwara bajwara tubatatongeraho.
Kama witi Yesu nabakunda mwijura amani ga mutima orukwera akira akakutwahikaho twaza kuza omu kitambo kya misa okushabira omutima gwa Mzee ahumure omu businge kandi okwongera kuhumuriza ekeegi nangwa nitwe twenka okwehumuriza mwena biine enkofiira aha mutwe zitari z'ekisiraamu. Enkofiira ezi katube tuzihireho ahabwo kuhereza ekitambo kya misa ekitiinisa. Abana bashaba misa mugarra Sarongo Posiano na shabira Mzee Baryomunsi Charles misa omuhumuze ayimukama omuhumuze. Abo kuba nindeba
araruka ukahindura ekibunda kya rufu ekyererezi ky'amagara twarerezi kyawe tugira obusingi kandi abwo omwana we mukama witu oyekerize rufu natufeera kacyo kumuhungiraho mpaho okutureeza orugendo rw'amagara aga twiterana bine bitu omu mwanya gw'obunanuke ogwo turagarazamu amarira goona eki twakisaba nituraba omuri Kristo mukama witu. mu izina rya patiri n'irya mwana n'irya mutima urukwera. Embabazi za mukama witu Yesu Kristu okunda kwaranga patiri no kwatanisa kwa mutima urukwera bube ni mu mwena. Bene tata bakundwa nitweteranira izoberi okusabira mugenzi witu Charles urahanga yisire. Mwene kuza kumusabira nywena niwe nusitega kwekyeso mu miso ga mukama. Tukamusaba ngo atusasire tukabona kutambe kitambe kitwine mutemeshe mire. Ninyatura mu miso garanga umushoborozi wa byona kuba nasisire munonga. tushabe. Ayura hangata tito mnyambabazi obitwikiriza ko mwana we yafira kazoka umuhereza wawe Charles Baryomunsi ofie nikiriza eribanga rukuru tukusaba umweze umutasi mu magara masya giguru twachisha abantu turaba umuntu mukamwite Yesu Kristo mwana wawe wemerera katege kamwe na mutumo rukwira rahangomwe obusinje no businje.
Ishomo ryo kubanza naruga omukitabo cy'omurangi Isaya. Ahariyo rushozi Mukama w'amahe ariyatekera amahanga gona obugenyi bw'ebishaju n'obwa vino ejejinweje obweze ebishaju bijwire omushokoro na vinyo y'oruhoro ejejinweje. Kandi aharyo rwo rushozi ariyihiraho kimwe obwiririmba bw'enaku obutura bujumikire enganda zona n'ekyetwekyerero ky'okucura ekishangiire amahanga gona. Mukama Ruhanga aryamariraho kimwe rufu aragaza abantu bona amariraho amaisho n'ekijumo kibajuma abantu be achiho munsi yona. Nuko nyakubaho agambire ahizoberyo abantu baryagira bati reba ogo niwe Ruhanga witu owuturategerize ngo atujune. Ogo ni nyakubaho owuturategerize katushemererwe twesime ahabwo kutujuna. Ekigambo kya Mukama.
Ishomo rya kabiri nebaruha Paulo yahandikira abaroma manya omuritwe taruho abaho ahabwe wenka kandi taruho afa ahabwe kutubaho tubaha ahabwa Mukama kandi kutufa tufa ahabwa Mukama nahabwe echo yaba tubaho yaba tufa turi aba Mukama. Echo nicho Kristo yaferire kandi akazoko mbafire ngo abone kuba Mukama wabafire nabahurire. Mbwenushi no chwera kimwe nesho orubanja narichi no gayira chi mwenesho manya twena turyayemerera omisho g'ekitebe chira muriro ekya Ruhanga ahabwo kuba kikahandikwa kiti Mukama nagira ati nko kundi nyakubaho buri muntu aryansimbira amaju na ibara muntu aryayimusya iraka ahimbise Ruhanga ahabw'ekyo omuntu weeno muri itwe aryayetunganirira aha Ruhanga. Ekigambo kya Mukama.
Mukama abe nimwe amakuru marungi ga Yesu Kristu nko gahandikirwe Matayo. Omubunako ubwo Yesu akagira ati Tata Mukama w'iguru n'ensi ninkusima ahabo kuba ebintu ebyo okabishereka abanyabwenge n'abarukwetegereza wabishurura abana bato. Ego Tata ekyo nicyo wasimire byona nkabikwasibwa Tata kandi tariho omanya mwana kureka Tata n'obu yakuba omanya Tata kureka mwana n'omwana asima kumushurura. Yimwe abaruhire n'abaremerirwe nimwije aharinye mbaruhure mwekorere omugamba gwanje munyegereho ahabo kuba nintwazaje haza ndi omucurezi omumutima nubwo muratungire amagara ganyu icyumuro ahabo kuba omugamba gwanje gwanguhi n'umutwaro gwanje tuguru kuremera. Amakuru marungi ga Yesu Kristu.
Bene Tata bakundwa nimbakira omukitambo eki kitambo kya misa aho turi kusabirira mugenzi witu Charles Baryomunsi Ruhanga yisire okuruga omu magara g'ensi egi. Bene Tata bakundwa ninkunda kusyaho kusasa kwitu ab'eka egi abaana b'Omzee Charles Sarongo na Narongo obundi abu turi kumanya munonga omu kicweka eki abo kuferwa mukuru wawe kana nitetuye na abataka bicanga iki icyo muchukona icyo muruti icyakatuzo kandi nyongera kubakira mutuye natwatanise hamwe umukitambe iki tusabire Charles ngukiyakabaye n'amabanza gebibi agakuziro mu magara genseji mukama abumusasire amwakire umbukama bwe ubwo mwiguru binetata itwe urahanga kuyamazire kutwanga yatutuma mu nsomo yasutiye ko mu nsomo so nyena niwe ukubaho kwanje ukubaho kwawo mu nsomo turya bazwekirwa baranga yari ambassadors in this world kandi ko kuba rwo muzwekerwa w'umuntu nukora ibyo muntu wo gwarukwenda tukakora ibyo rukwenda ora ambassador wihangeri ubundo mu mahanga gaheru mu mahanga gandi you must do what this government wants of you kandi nangwana n'umuntu yakutuma ngo muzwekere nkaha mukoro ubundo abamwe mbabahandikire speeches so tekwa kusoma speech y'ibakwereza tukagambe bugambe byawe akawagambe bugambe byawe ukakora ibyawe abawagaruka yo n'utorankaye mba kubuza. So the fact that you and I, we are representatives of God in this world, we must do exactly what God wants of us. Mbyo butsemerere gukora bintu tata kandi urahanga ibyaro kwenda ngo tukore nayinda ngo tubukore omazuma omburinganiza na no mu rukundo kandi ubunda bintu butabo ubumwe byeshunguro abwo mukuru gwerizo bwo kusendekereza Charles ko kusoma history na background nureba wangu Charles akakore bintebo mu mazuma yabukora omburinganiza kandi yabukora umukwizura rukundo izanywe naniwe nugo mwogo gutuye no munsomo semerire kurebere burahanga yatwire omazuma. I would want to imagine maybe most of us here hold government positions or jobs and different offices. Nango no ubundo tine umurumo gwa government ningo ubundo gwe kitongore, at least you are the head of your family. Mwebembere eka yawe. Eka yawe yo no jebembere uta. Bizukuru babarya bakutugambira ngutubarahurire ufuze nakachi. They never felt that we were orphans. Ako bakaguma bahurire rukundo yisenkurubo yabebesa ubunde by'abazire babo bakubintu babakora no yabe bakorire. And someone to call you jaja ninga swenkuru ninga kaka, you must work for that. It's not just a mere title, but you must work for that. So when it tuyena baryaha, we must work for that. Jaja kaka swenkuru, you can't take it for granted. Ngwa kuba ine bizukuru banje nubakunyeta swenkuru ninga nubakunyeta mukaka nga abantu mutakura bakubagamba amazina. Yes, abantu babagamba amazina because they have not seen any value omukweta swenkuru ninga nyokwenkuru. Minsubizo kabatuntuza ukababinga ukabimbe byo kurya. Do you think nubakweta swenkuru ninga nyokwenkuru? They won't call you that. So that's my responsibility, that's your responsibility. Tuiza kwegera Mzee Charles Baryomunsi. He's our teacher, regardless of him kugira ngo ari umusanduchi. He's still our teacher. He's still teaching us and educating us. So you must go and live the life yebinte birungi eyo mugurisi Charles yatwire. Nicyo kimwe nitwe ubunda abana be na nabizukuru be imwe basigaro. But what your granddad did for you, please muchukore bagenzi banyu ngo nabo bongere kureba ece kitinwa na rukundo yo Mzee Charles yagizire. Twasoma mu katabo mwe ngo Charles kiyamaze kuruta yari ngomere yabire nakora yaza akwegese dini yawo mwegesa we dini would instruct young children mu catechism. Some of us, we are here, you can't even instruct your own child. But Baryomunsi would call abana b'abandi to instruct them. I don't think ngo muri intebe bunda bargente bakamba musasuro gumurmo. I don't think. Konka because akana akunda mukama akunda chiyabire nakora, he said, after my retirement, let me go and instruct these little children mbegese katikisumu bamanye edini yabo. Kandi yagukoraje omazuma omburingana zatarukusorora ogumwana noha na shachi na twazata, kandi yagukora aizwire rukundo, aizwire rukundo. Kandi chumwe ombi abegise nimanyangwe cyubuzo cyitwa cya kabiri cya catechism nikitubuzangura hanga katuhangira. Why did God create us? Urahanga katuhangira ki eza kirimo answer zina kinjo bundi tukira kongera ibindi bugambo because they are so beautiful and nice umukugamba na umukubura. But 4 things. 1 is to know him, to know him. Torkwasa kwegesa ibintu bya theology kwegesa ruhanga. If you don't know him, you must know him. Tokwasa kwemerera okagamba hari cyari, so if you don't know him, you must be knowing him to talk about him. So ruhanga katanga ngutumanye echa kabiri ngutumukunde nco yayehirire yo arukumukunda kwe akegesa abana edini catechism echa kishatu ngutumuhereze and teaching the service akamuhereza arukwegesa abana yamuhereza Mzee yari yanagamba hari Charles okuyabagambira yamara kwikoma umuriyentebe arukukora umurumugwi umutekwa kukora umurumugwanyu. Nobody will force you to do that. You know, that self drive and self responsibility hate hwireho buno hati ntubantu yenangwa abantu bizi bagumemba batsindikiriza ngo tukore ibintu izoberi aho unaninganira nawe yajata taro sakemwe atumwe no bagenze ba leta mu manager Mzee atkonka manager gwarka atabakoze mbara ngo yabanyangaraza kozi nenda ngo bakora mu muri batuye. They are crying, they are crying. Supervision, they are crying wakwana ba supervising kozi naende bintu biryo mu order, they are crying. So self drive and that personal responsibility magaragitu ejenzire newom. That's why you have a lot of things burukfa. So ncho Charles arukutwegesa is still our teacher up to now and is going to remain our teacher because legacy ye yasigiroho negambir. So let us also learn from him ngutukore ogomurmo ogutwaye tirwo rwanga yatwasize tuherezera hanga no mutuma gumwe iyitobara kumanya iyitobara kumukunda iyitobara kumuhereza tugukore kurungi de kutukumara gukora kurungi ogomurmo. Our final destination is to live with him in heaven eternally. Niyo answer yakana eyechuzo ahwencho ranga yatwangire ntwamara kumanya twamara kumukunda twamara kumuhereza tugende tuze kutura nawe ombukama bwe obwo mwiguru. And it is where Charles is going. Charles nuho yaza akaba kamuhereza akamanya akamukunda, so yagenda kutura nawe nkahi omwiguru. Bine tata kutukubantu gendo witu ningo wanozo mu rugendo bakukomera entanda. Ito cyatureta heri izoba no kukomera Charles entanda. Turamukomere mineke, turamukomere myosya, turaze kugura inyama zo kumukomera. Unkantu enda tumukomere entanda yesala prayer that we must pray for him. Ngo agende aze kutura narahanga omwiguru. Entanda yanje, entanda yawe rizoba abwa Charles is to pray for him. Ngo agende aze kutura nawe omwiguru. Kandi kutubantu tutawo witu situru kugenda tuyinekene ganinga tubihirirwe. We don't go sad. Koko bano orga yisomero orgo notawo one, you is happy because you are going home. You know, people at home are waiting for you, people are expecting you to go home. So nani itwe Charles ariyo na agenda. So for me I believe Charles is happy. because he's going home. Ariyo nataha owito mu iguru. So ejentanda yitu ito the pilgrim church ekleziya yo munsi. Ngwezo sara zitu zikwatanisibwe na nizo sara ejo the heavenly church, the triumphant church, eji y'abatabaruki nguzikwatanishibwe nezabo abashikirire abarukwero mu iguru zumusembusye zumutwaro mu bukama bwa Ruhango mu iguru. And that's why we are here, to pray for him. Ejo niyo ntanda ehitsemeriye kubantu kwemera cyari si obutosho mu magara gitu. Kandi usitaka kuma kumushabira izuba, buri izuba tugumenta umushabira. Ubasa kumushabira igikorwa cy'esapuri, you can offer mass intention for him. Ngumukama amusasire amabanza gebibye agiya kubasa kwa yakoza ariyo mu magara genseji dera mwakire umukama bwe ubwo mu iguru. Mbye songoro byitu cyumwe nkigera ngo turi muntu hingura nitugenda ntuzahi ntuzo witu omwiguru. So that's why I've said that you must not be sad that at one time you are going to die. Actually, we should be happy that at one time we are going to die and go to heaven, our heavenly homeland, live with God, our Father in heaven. Umuntu ko kuteka teka rufore bumuntu yatuntura. Umuntu aburo businji. Uro muntu najatu mwe naza kufe byanje nabisiganka. There are people here. There are people here. So mwana hatotereze byeka yawe na nje nentereze byanje. Kugira ngo tuzumukishemererwa that as we go tugende stine obukuro butwasireho tube tweragize turije when we are clean and happy, and then we go to live with God in heaven. Heza turumuntu ngura na tugenda nutuza owitu umiguru, and we are going to heaven to live with the saints, to live with the angels of God, and to live with God our Father. To live with God our Father. So we must be happy. Mgutata naza kutuachira atusitamye haru bazurwe atugabure aturise atunywise. Nche kitwahura mu isomo ryo kubanza ngo harusozorwe ngo mukama w'amahe naza kusitegurira ki obujenyi. Deru, I know we like meat, most of us here. Like me to witakari yo mukazi kahagira bujenyi yajatnye mu ntero ka cream kakahiguru, because we kunda enyama, so we wanted that cream bajumtera ho konkeka musye. But anyway, we are going to heaven. Hanga steka tekiro bujenyi, ubwo bujenyi bwa steka tekire, ubwo bujenyi bwarigo natebekanisa nubwanje naniwe nitwe abokuza kuzabujenyaho tukashemerwa. Leo tukaryeze nyame zizwire busazu ezeze musokoro na vinyo eje jinweje. Eje jinweje. Binitata leka itutwite vikanse. Let's prepare ourselves for the heavenly homeland, for our home in heaven, that we go and live with the saints, with the angels, and with God in heaven. Eza ncho tusabira stia umugenzo go kusendekereza bagenzi bitu ntugera hati ntuzagamba sterizo ngo Charles ba marika bakutwara mu iguru haza ko rashikeyo abazuruzu bakwakire bakutasyo mu rurembo rukwera Yerusalemu. That's our prayer always when we are at funerals. Ngo ba marika bantwara mu iguru, and the angels will take me to heaven. Heza kuba ramseyo abazuruzu bakoreje banyakire. So the angels are taking me, and now the saints and the martyrs are happy to welcome me at home. Umwiguru derunstame umukayitu urugo rurembo rukwera Yerusalemu. So there is no need for us to be sad. There is no need for us to be sad that Charles has gone. We must be happy, praying for him, that the angels are going to receive him, that the saints are taking him to heaven, and that he's going to sit at the right hand of God our Father in heaven. And that is our prayer, and that should be our priorities as we pray for one another, as we pray for our brothers and sisters. Konka bine tata nyona ni yokuza kuzo mu iguru. Mustekwa kuza ayisomo ery'evanjiri. The gospel. Yesu yaje ati tata mukama w'iguru nensi ninkusima. Abwo kuba bintu ebi okabisereka abanyabwenge n'abarukwetegereza wabisurura abana bato. Atego tata ekyo nkyo wasimire. And I know most of us tukabaha abana. And some of us tuyina abana bato, we have little children. Ko kumara kumwakira umwana wa mbamburo rihi, and within no minute you say come. You see a kid running, coming back to you, and he's just going to give you a hug. These days you have even taught them how to kiss. You just see him kissing and giving a peck. Because he has forgiven you. Wamterori, but he has forgiven you. She has forgiven you. Tachi ni banza niwe. Ezebi byo kusasara to forgive, we must be like little children. Kongea tuenda kubanka bakuzire that because I'm a giant, I'm a big man, I'm a strong lady, I can't forgive you, you are not going to heaven. The angels and the saints will not welcome you and receive you. Instead, noza kuza kuri eyabatasasara barukutura barukura kandi barukunenera chi, and that is hell. We end up going to hell because we don't forgive. So for us to go to heaven, to inherit that heavenly homeland, we must behave like little children who are humble. They are humble. They are humble. Umwana takukubia. There is a famous story of Pakujarangu, ise umwana wakamba kumkwatu umusoro. Yasigaye agambira abana be kubarize mugire mutata yatugera ngutaro yazo munzu atkonkanywe nazo munzu. So abana kubizire ngutata yatugera ngutubagambire ngutaro konkari mu kisenje. Because tubarukubiya, they don't lie. Mbagamba mazuma. So we must be like little children, tubaba mazuma. Tusasire bagenzi bitu, we respect one another. And we have that sincerity of heart. Umutuma gutara mu bugobya. Irigenda katuyizwira ubugobya bine tata. Katuyizwira ubugobya. They talk of a plastic smile. Umuntu nakutera ka smile konka ko bugobya, and you just walk and go. Kora ikihari nuwara aragambira barakutere nuwara. So let's have that genuine heart. And I believe ogunugomtuma ogucharisi yabirayine. Nyenki izaha namutayira nkai no musomesa uzebya. Twamta yatugabura yaterezo munekederu namnyanta antamuki atu no what father you must take at least this one also. Asimbanzeri munechenjeze, but that heart. Umwizikuri yagamba ngakabaye no mutuma mahango big heart. Let's go and have that big heart also. Let's learn from him that you go and be truthful and trustworthy on magaragito ngo Kristo. Tusabire Charles mukama musasire ibyo bugwere mwabwe ibyakozire abwamagara gumubiri amwakire umukama bwe ubwo mwiguru mukama abenimwe. bine tata katwesengereze ngo ekitambo kiitu eki kisimwe mukama Ruhanga Patro omusoborozi wa byona nabo kutugasira nabo kugasira bamwikiriza bona ayi mukama twakubonese emitiize yitu egi twine amasuko twakwesengereza gyakiro gyeze umuhereza wawe Charles Baryomunsi omweze omwekiconco ky'amagara agatawaho eki twakisaba nituraba omuri Kristo mukama witu mukama abe nimwe mwimuse emitima yanyu tusime mukama Ruhanga witu mukama tata orukwera Ruhanga omusoborozi wabyo n'obo butwire buzimazima kikire kandi n'ekirungi haze nkyo kutisi hakurokoka yitu butosa n'ahantu hoona okukusimira omuri mukama witu Yesu Kristo niwe muzino w'ensi niwe magara g'abantu kandi niwe kuzuuka kw'abafiire omuri weenu b'abamarika bakuramizanya kusinga bashemereirwe obutwire bwona omu maisho gawe nitwe twikirize kuteera amaraka gaitu n'agaabo nitweshongorramwe ihiiso ryaitu tugumize tuti mukama buzimazima niyo orukwera n'ebihangwa byona bisemereire okuhimbisa okwa byona obugabira amagara n'obushikirire mu Yesu Kristo omwana mukama witu n'omu busoborozi bwa mutima orukwera kandi turerera kwerundanira abantu bokuhongyera izina ryawe ekitambo ekishemire ekitambo omu nsi yoona ayi mukama twakwesengereza emitiizo ei twareeta kukuhongyera oyikirize emitima wawe agyeze ehinduke omubiri n'eshagama y'omwana wa Yesu Kristo mukama witu owaturagiire kutamba ekitambo eki omu kiro eki yarebeziibweho akakwata omugaati yakusiima yagucwamu ebicweka yagaburira abeegesebwa be nagamba ati nimutoore muriyeho mwena manya ogu n'omubiri gwangye oguraheebweyo aha bwanyu kubahereze kurya yakwata n'ekikopo nabwe yakusiima yakikwasa abeegesebwa be nagamba ati nimutoore munyeho mwena manya eki n'ekikopo ky'eshagama yangye eshagama y'endagaano ensya kandi ey'obutwire eraseeze ekyaha bwanyu n'aha bwa bingi babone kusaasibwa ebibi mugume mukore muti kunyuzukiraho katwa turi ibanga ryo kwiyikiriza Kristo kafa kristo lyagaruka nambwenu mukama ntizi ko kufa k'omwana wawe yayimira abo kuturokora no kuzoka kw'ekitiinwa no kutemba kw'omwiguru kandi twine ekihika ky'okumutangirira nagaruka rero nitukusiima tukongera ekitambo ekyecuriire kandi ekirikwera twakwesengereza yakira omutizo gw'ekereziya yawe otoora owahonga ou wakunzire kutugarukanisa niwe omu kwetamba kwe kandi itabariisa ogw'omubiri n'eshagama ye otwijuze mutima orikwera tube omubiri gumwe n'omutima gumwe omuri kristo
wewe nka tuyindire omutijo gwawe gw'obutwire tubone kubagana empungurano n'abashiki bawe muno muno mariya oshugine nyina ruhanga na yosefiba n'entumwa n'abashiki boona abo turikwesiga guma ntwerwa eshara zaabo ayi mukama ekitambo ekyo ky'okugarukana niiwe kyongere kubukaaza n'okurokora ensi yoona kandi abantu bawe bakiri omu nsi obahamye omu kwikiriza na rukundo omu bumwe n'omuheereza wa papa witu francisco n'omuriisa witu lambert biine omugisha n'abariisa abandi hamwe n'abaheereza abantu bawe kandi naboona abo wayetungiire tatiito omunyambabazi okushaba kw'ekeegi ei wateeraniraho mu maisho gawe kandi abaana abo boona batatiine obagirire embabazi obeegarurire ijuka omuheereza wawe charles Baryomunsi owoyesire omu kubatizibwa kafa hamwe na kristu mbwenu abagane n'ahakuzooka kwe kristu kwarihimbura abafiire kuruga omu itaka aryahindura emibiri yitu y'obweremwa eyenjenjete nk'ogwe kandi na baine witu abandi abafiire hamwe n'abantu boona baragira omu nsi egi nibakukunda nitukushaba obeeze oyikirize kubakiira omu bukama bwawe bw'iguru obu turikwesiga kunanukiramu tuhangira amaisho ekitiinwa kyawe obusinge bwona obwo ryatwihaho amaganya goona kandi kuturuba nitukureeba nk'okori ruhanga witu turyashishana niiwe tukimbisa obutiisya aha bwa kristo mukama witu owoheeramu ensi ebirungi byona
ahabwe hamwe nawe kandi omuri we omu bumwe na mutima orikwera ekitiinwa n'okuhiisibwa byona n'ebyawe ruhanga paturo omusoborozi wa byona obusinge n'obusinge omuzuni nk'oku yatuhabwire n'oku yatwegiise katwihangane kushaba tuti tatiito w'omu iguru ayi mukama twakwesengerezaho tuzuna akabikono te n'obusinge omu magaraga era habw'okubangirwa amaani g'embabazi zawe tugume obutosha tuzunirwe ekibi kandi tukingirwe akataba nk'okoona ubwo tutegereize n'amaaso g'okushemererwa okwiza kw'omuzuni waitu yesu kristo ayi mukama yesu kristo wagambire entumwa zawe tunabasigira obusinge nabaho obusinge bwange otafaha bibi byaitu kureka hanyikirizaho ekereziya yawe abwa rukundo yawe gy'obusinge n'omwe iwemerera okategeka obusinge n'obusinge besirwa obugenyi bwa mukama kanabahirwa nomurebe Kristo katama ka ruhanga nomurebe ogweya hibi byinsi tinshemerire ko taho mwanje bisogere cyo wagamba ninyiza kucara. katushabe mukama arahanga umunyambabazi omwana wawe akatugire entanda y'omubiri gwe nk'omukwato gw'amagara gatawaho mwene nitugukusiimira kandi nitukwesengereza mwine witu Charles Baryomunsi owagigaburirweho akiri omu magara aga k'emwisi omu bugyenyi obu Kristo yasiteekateekire owawe omu iguru eki twakishaba nituraba omuri Kristo mukama witu katugume twemereire.
mbwenu ntwiza kuziika omubiri gwa mugyenzi witu nk'okukishemerera abakristu katweshengereze Ruhanga nshuro y'amagara goona omubiri gwa mugyenzi witu ogwo oguturaziike agaruke agujore guri omu rubu rw'abashirire abarikwera kandi omutima gwe agukundire kuguma hamwe n'abarikwera Ruhanga mucwere orubanza n'embabazi okufa kwa Yesu kumucungure asasirwe amabanza g'ebibye agarukane na Ruhanga tatiitwe aheekirwe aha mabega g'omuriiso murungi ature hamwe n'omugabe w'ebiro byona atyo aheebwe okushemererwa kw'obutwire hamwe n'abashikirire. bashirire ba Ruhanga mwe nimwije ba marika ba Mukama mwe nimurahuke. Yezu Kristo wakwesire akwakire ba marika bakushendekereze bakusye omu kifuba kya Aburahamu. Ayi Mukama omuhe ekihumuro ekitahwaho aguma ashemerirwe ebiro byona. Tatiito omunyambabazi nyingi ntukwasa omutima gwa mwine witu ogu Charles Baryomunsi twine amasiko gahamire ngu nk'oku abantu boona bafeera omuri Kristu barizooka hamwe nawe na mugyenzi witu ogwo nikwo arizooka aha kiro ky'emperu. Nahabwekyo ayi Mukama hurikiza n'embabazi okushaba kwitu oyakire omuheereza waawe ogu kandi niitwe abasigara omu nsi tugume tuhumurizane n'ebigambo by'ediini eki twakishaba nituraba omuri Kristu Mukama witu. Mbwenu hati mwine witu ogu katumukwase Mukama amubukaze omu busingye bwe kandi azoora omubiri gwe aha kiro ky'emperu. Katushabe mwine witu Charles Baryomunsi ntushaba Mukama witu Yezu Kristo wagizira ati ninye kuzooka ninye magara orukunkiriza n'obu yakufa aryabohuriire kandi we nohurire haza kankiriza tarufe ibiro byona mbwenu tumushabe tuti iyo warizibwe Lazaro afire ikiriza kuragaza amarira gitu oturre ayi Mukama oturre iyo wazwira abafire ukabagarura amagara ikiriza kwa mwine witogu amagara gatawaho oturre ayi Mukama oturre iyo waraganise ko bunano cyo mushumo wayitisize ikiriza kutasya mwine witogo mwiguru oturre ayi Mukama oturre mwine witogo wayogezibwa mizga batisimu akasigwa amajuta garkwera ikiriza kumbaro mbashire bawe oturre ayi Mukama oturre mwine witogo wayogezibwa mizga batisimu akarya nahacihure cy'urkwera ikiriza kumwacira nahabugenye bwa bukama bwawe oturre ayi Mukama oturre nitwabarukuzi bwo kufa kwa mwine witu ikiriza kutugwisiriza ntumuruzi bwo kwikiriza no kugira amasuko go kutunga amagara gatawaho oturre ayi Mukama oturre tatito mwiguru
ayo Mukama ntwesengereza umuhereza wawe gufira umugirire mbabazo musasire ebi yakozere kandi nkoko yiteye niro munchereza y'uruganda rw'abakristo munsi ahabwe imbabazi zawe atirana n'ibimburo by'abamarika umwiguru ecyo twacishaba nturabo muri Kristo Mukama witu Mukama benimwe umugisha gwarahanga umushobozi wa byona tatitwe na mwana na mutumo rukwera gubasumwo gubarinde hati n'ibiro by'amagaraganyo gona mugende mwatumwa
webare Father kutukurembera mu kitambo cya misa na mugenzi wawe na n'abekereziya na kwaya twenda kubasima abo kutukurembera mu kitambo cya misa hatwaza kuza ahabimuri teke mura shanduche ninza kuba nishoma abarete muri ngo kubyija tubase kubitekaho kandi tukosobwangu abo kwa mureba obwire bwagenda kana nembere yagumane hinduka so reka tukosobwangu nani nabanza kweta abantu abunda yita babakuratire bari nabo bija mpora mpora tuine muri byinjiho konka nanyenda ngutandike n'eki muri ecyabana Aunt Connie, Aunt Caroline, Aunt Katha, please mfune kimuri muje mutekeho abo bana barugaho tuza kugira abijukuru ni mbere n'umwija abijukuru aho muri abijukuru bana barugaho abijukuru bana barugaho katufune siblings Miria and Pone Miria and Pone aho muri Katondwa chi family. Katondwa chi family. Katondwa chi family. Baba nibija. Katondwa chi family. Barugaho za kugira abakwe bebe mbirwe Daudi mutazindwa abakwe baba nbarugaho za kugira Rwentaro and family Rwentaro family Abarwentaro bana barugaho Abarwentaro family bana barugaho hije Mwerinda and family Mr. Mwirinde and family nza kugira Mugarura Pone and family again. Mugarura Pone and family. Abo bana barugaho Mugarura Pone and family bana barugaho Abachino initiative ni mumwete kateke mwije Chino initiative Bebe Mbirwe chairman Stephen Bashenyi Abachino bona humburi mwije Chino initiative Barabachino abon bakwija bakuratirwa aba Kachai daughters aba Kachai daughters aho bari aba Kachai ni mangu abantu Baba Kachai daughters Baba nbarugaho bazakuratirwa abachika family Chika family family abachika family tebaroho baba taroho think owahandike mulebi wakora mu nshobi reka in family ya Chinyai Peter mu kironde kimuri cyabo kiruhaho bakitekeho Chinyai Peter and family. Abo bana barkaho banjirana Laurencio, the family of the late banjirana Laurencio. Katfune aba beshongongera tubamanya Kato and family, tubamanya Kato and family. Katfuna aba tibamanya Kato and family. Tibamanya Kato and family. Viola and family. Viola and family. Viola and family. I think Viola Mugara and family. Tuza kuvuna ona n'ekimuri ekikuruga wa Honorable Fred Opolot. Honorable Fred Opolot oguni the member of parliament for Bingire County in Serere district. Ogoya nargaho tufune kimure cya Busima. Banjirema Kabatakwija Busima and family. Abo baba taruho katfune American Embassy muije muteke kimuri cyanyu abarwaye American Embassy. Ekimure cha American Embassy baba nbargaho katfune Lawrence Kazungu family nabo bayeni bija Lawrence Kazungu family ni mben muija.
Thank you. Nindeba ho ubundo kutega no mazina. I was requesting to yambane ibe mu byona bir rebelled okay.
Reka tukoze obwangu aba Lake Victoria old boys and girls mwije Lake Victoria old boys and girls, I think it's primary school Lake Victoria. Baba batariyo katufune abo naba Lake Victoria old boys and girls nibaza kuratwa mutazindwa and family, of course. Mutazindwa family. Bana barugaho ntuza kufuna golden girls kachanga. Golden girls ni mbeni mwisha aba mutazindwa family bana barugaho aba golden girls mbeni mwisha they will be followed golden girls ahumuri baba taruho ntuza kufuna we shall have Giovanni and your team to come and put your wrist. Giovanni, Rwabushenyi family ni mbeni muraka. Rwabushenyi family murakuke barugaho Byaruhanga Francis ni obendo isha na family yawe aba Rwabushenyi bana barugaho Byaruhanga Francis abana barugaho Roda tusime ni obeno isha Joram Bantura chichojo ni family yawe mwije mutekeho Chojo and family bana barugaho reka tufune abamugarurana family ni mbeni mwisha mugarurana family mbeni mwisha kahihi abo naba Chojo and family aba Chojo and family please. Bana barugaho Morning Star fraternity Nyamitanga bebe mbiro salon Morning Star murafuche bana barugaho zakufuna UN staff abo naba Morning Star fraternity Nyamitanga Katfune aba UN staff murafuche UN staff please come and lay your wreath. Tuzakusembya yo muri bibiri ekimwene cha Justice Jane Elizabeth Arviza Justice Jane Elizabeth Arviza, Justice Jane Arviza Yargayo, twaza kurera sena n'echekerezia then tufuno speeches inche tuza kugira speeches inche omubwangu kandi undi ahereza akazindaro n'abashaba tukozisobwire buke obutwayiko mucyangeki chairman w'ecyaro yabataka yiziraha kutwakira mu kicweka cye nanye ndangwa ijaba abaramusyeho kwaraheze naza kukuratirwa narongo buriya twatwesere kuhereza speech niwo yishe chairman kwarargeho munyikirize nyanjura abantu bake abija twaso mukorogu Justice Elizabeth Arviza, Judge of the High Court, Land Division, Kampala. You can wave to the people. Honorable Fred Opolot, MP, Pingire County, Serere District, you can also wave to the people. Chief Mechanical Engineer, Tony Kavuma, Minister of Works, you can also wave. We have General Byarugaba Rutahuire, retired, but not tired. Tuinoho, Omusubuzi Mukuru, kandi munywani wa Mzee, Eri Muhanguzi, niye nobasa kubiraho abantu. Eri Muhanguzi nabasa kuba yagenda. Then Connie Karunji, employers from the UN staff, can you wave wherever you are? Yeah. So Chairman LC1 yashira ndikamuhereza akazindaro aturamusiho atwakira mu kicweka cye.
Webale programa abasosordoti abantu bebero mu kitambo cya misa abasomesa abaziki batayi banje mwenda biza kusendekereza Mzee Baryomunsi ntubakiro mu cyaro kirunge kiba kitakaro karongi katojo amazina ne rutwamadeo kabutosa chairman LC1 bakama bwanje mwenda baryaha nimbakira mwebare kwiza tukwasa. Mzee nza kumugamba ho bugambo nkabubiro bwonka ebindi byona meya nezarwa ya hacharo byona nabimanya konka Mzee akizo mu myaka yenyuma ho kace munonga yiza yabo mutuze murungi ahachare cyakatojo taino ho nkozo yona era muresi ruhachare iki mwebare no kumusema kumutero mu ngaro mbere Mzee ayihanginoho ko musiza emanzo mbiro byenyuma aferirwa mu cyara we obirali inyunyu mpango haruwe konka Mzee ntuza kumwega hebgambo 3 cyo kubanza bire nakunda ecyakabira bire na yakira ecyakasata bire nahereza mbwene byo mbibyo nimanya byamukize owarukira bona nebyo bike meyana ninkusaba ozohumurize abantu bawe otwanzurire nabakamabitu abiza tusendekerezaho abantu abo.
Maybe before you invite the mayor itwe tuba turi no mukorano kuba gutsitamire naniye tubanze tushabe umukuru bukuba muri kumpamwe mu gihe mukasigara speeches kibiri nkibiri kandi aristi tube frank tutakaba embarrassed umukuru akimuka kasigaye mukoro yitu ninga katuyembarasinga tukayimuka tumushabe zipisheze mwine muzumugambire kwarabikize tuziteho kwara tuzireke I hate being embarrassed by the priest okamuteganuse.
Deka twete nalongo aije omudakikanje nimwe numbireba aho twahika abekerezia nibabine ubundi aho bakuza handi mwene umugambo buke turenga twa summarizing abuto twaka tusomesa summary quick.
Omutambizi mukuru n'abakushagatire aba government abaziki bagenzi banje hati nyenani omutambizi mukuru nani nkushaba nimpurira ngo hariho bwira nywe nani nkushaba ngo nyikereze ngambe bigambo bike ahari Mzee ubari mbwenu nyowe Mzee omutambizi mukuru yankereza ngo ngambe ahari Mzee okugamba ahari Mzee ninza kumugambaho ebigambo ebumushemerire kandi ebihikire nyo gamba ahari Mzee nyowe nkanarongo yemerira aha ombegambo nyowe naferwa tata Zara naferwa maramu wanje abira ryo mbito bishatu aharinye aha kuba Mzee Baryomunsi nyo kinkumwetera tata Zara nkaza kushwerwa mukeji nashanga niwe yabirarishe wasarongo mbwenu yaba tata Zara kandi yaba tata akumba mawe akanjangwe yinashwerwa nkashwerwa ndumuto yanjangwe yinashwerwa kundashanga umushija mukura mbere tata nashanga Baryomunsi yayemeriro mbigere byishe yambera tata yambera Mzee we no mukazi we baturebera akuba nibo babiba kwa Sarongo ari umwana wabo kikumanyisana kunizire naba mukamwana wabo kana abo mwana wabo mbwe naferwa Mzee akuba Mzee yabira ryaha ariyemyomyo ecyatengesa niwe tubire ntushikira tumugambere byitu kandi atuhumuriza hakigire cyagira titwija kwebuza Mzee yatujatubana banje muhumuri mbwe Mzee Baryomunsi akozere virungi kana ngo afaza wabigambaho wabikonaho wabigambaho Mzee Baryomunsi akakorera government akahumura ryo muntu mukuru mu government konka kuyaye humwira ati yayecwa magufu aha kuba yabire nakunde dini ye yashitamo munju yera Mzee yabira ari murungi nkahinde kusya Mzee yabiye nakunda nkahinde kusya kandi nywe ninjira abana banje baferwa ishento wabo baferwa ishenkuru wabo ubabirinde bashyikira bakagambera ibyabo mbwe Mzee ni mushabire cyumuro kirungi mukama muhumuzege konka abana banje muhumure mutajyanga Mzee yafa Mzee yahumura muhumuri aha kuba Mzee irange biyakozire hata baba hiro kubahumurizo munjumu muhumure mutajyanga mwasigara wenga Bikira Maria mwine najija kubabombatara no muzire wanyu kwekinko bashaba nimba shaba ngo umuhamu mudini Bikira Maria mumwete Yezu mumwete najija kubahangana nababero muzire akubitwe turya bareberezi turya borozi konko muzire nogwe nimba shaba ngo umuhameho ebyanyu byona mbe mugambere najija kubakorera buri kimwe nimanya ngo Yezu yashitamere ahimuze yargire nimanya ngo Bikira Maria kashitama Mary ahiyargire Bikira Maria kashitama kandi ababumbatire mwe bana banje muhumure mwesigeranga mumwegamere najja kubahumuriza mbwe Mzee mukama kuhe cyumuro kirungi omuyiguru akurongorere birunge biwakozere nitwe ntwisha kushanga ogu namukibanyo wantangiro maka nawe kagambe hebigambo biki
wale narango ndutsimbe Rose katondwachi yibanya kariyo murumuna akatukunda munonga akatureberera konke kikuru ekitwamwegireho akabana ndo busingi mwene obusinge akabuto mukaye businge akabuto mucyaro akabuta no mukayona mbene mukama amuhereze cyumuro kirungi
mwebare n'ebyo bigambo bimwatuhereza nk'oku mwareba obwire twine buke ndeka tufune omwami Rwentaro omu bigambo bigufu ebi abagambire tukubigarukamu ekirungi twine n'akatabo akarimu details.
Ntulugwa omukyalo ekibakweta kya Bugimbi omugombora yihunga shaze lya Kajara district Ntungamo ebyo byokwezi nebyo yizoba ntakagambire ogwo wanyemera Rubaju ni mukuru wanje wa Tatento bwe nkimanyisa nobo nandi mukuru ahabwaki no wanzire ogunanyimera ruguru kandi mbitinsabye niye nakumenya imba escort we konka ya mbere escort mwabura kuba mwanjura ngo ni general byarugaba ninga buzi byarugaba konka webere kumbe escort obu no bujuzi naro kugamba amanzi yitu cyarase Baryomunsi bakuru bedina n'abatwe bemeze gishaha abamba government abana bo mugenzi mwena abaziki mwena ombitinisa byanyu ndi elder reverence Rwentaro nisima mwancheza ndebo ndi elder reverence Rwentaro nisima Ruhanga owabaretaje kuja kutwasa omukuzika omukunzi witu Baryomunsi obire manzi yitu akabeche kureba nko kubamba mugambaho bwama y'umwaka gumwe omukazi waheze kufa tikayija habwe kitambo cyo kwijuka no kusima omugenzi Constance Mary Charles Ogu ofiri akatwakira wanji twarya twanywa kandi twashemerwa atyo yatugambira natu atine nshonga shanangu endwara ya high blood pressure na sukari nibyo biri kumuteganisa konka ngu kwari kumere mbazi atebekana nitwe omukugamba kwitu twayongera kumuhamya no kusima Ruhanga abo kumuhoba mu manzi abo kutugambira ebyo ni musima ahabwo burungi bwe okwiha na kwatanusa na munyanya zitwa ninga muhara witu kunkuba ningamba ntyo rero kubagizira maka yatubere fura yatubere okutabura yatubere okutworeka itusheme kwantu tora byona yabutoreka no kukira munonga owaba mwikaho wena na mwagamba binja akata wikigambo way forward Charles Ogu akabata rwara bwama yo kumara emirimo ya government bakiri ntebe obwari commissioner for agriculture we no mukazi we bakashara mo garuka omuri nkore bakatura omwanya ugo bashangire abataka barunja bakatoza bakamwakira na muhara witu ningashe omuhiki wa omuhara wa mukamatayo obakweta bayanza ningiro rya mbwenu imwe bana mwe nabizukuru akabashomesa bamwe yabatsiga mwatungira amaka tumwakitwa fuzi ito ntuguma ntubashabira no kugira ngo ekeji ebeho nko kwebiriho irembo rugumuri igwiri okusima ninsima omurumuna posiyano mugarura nekaye mwebare okwatanisa omuringo gumbe murumu mutwaza na mukuru wanyu umwanya ogwo ninsima bedini ahabwemere mu mirungi ingo murumu munyu gumbe numukora okushabira ekeji no kubaho no kugihumuruza hona nobwa hati nimwe mwebembere ekitambo kyamusa mwebare munonga mukama bongereho ninsima abataka bakatozo ruti abataka bakatozo ruti kucya kwa kitakwenda amateka nimbasaba mbatera umungaro bagenzi banje abwe nkwatansa nungi ukubaye cyase Baryomunsi n'umukazi we umwanya ogu nabyone mukurebe byaha nabyana byane bikorwa abunguzagamba hifu tubakubasabye no kubakwaza kubikora tukagira umukoro nkogo murungi gwo kuzika mu kitesa nk'iki konka bakatuzo ranga kabahangata mukamasima embe numukora mukama bongereho kandi keji abantu abasigara umutaka abanagera nisima abana beitu bezikuru ba Amos Kino abwemere mu mirungi emukora na munonga twaba twino mukoro nkogo konka mukwatanise nabizikuru ba Rusiano tubahurira nambwe nanyenda kusima nanyenda kushaba bizikuru ba Kino imurina naba batubahurira muhubiro habantu konkobwo Steven Bashenyi okujwekera ningo kwebembera abakino kandi na Vayura Nyakatu orukwebembera abizikuru batubahurira abo nabo ninjya tubatera umungara bukuba ebyone biryahe mukureba indide mukureba ibikorwa byona naitwa uyu muntu yafu era tkemereza kuzika bataha bapuraninga nabatera batarya nabagira batanu bakoreki ninjya mwana mureba mbwe kirabe kitaruho cyo mutasima birobunda abantu turi kusima nisima abazikimwena nisima abazikimwena abisha kuba nito kwa Tanzania abo ko mugenzo kuyafwire twabashireka konka mu mwavugana abo kuba abana be bakaba bataro kandi ubutuzika munyanya zitwe ndinga sho mukazi we ariho abataro kandi yizire twala kucyashemera konka twagize ya abundi kusimana baba funeral service bija bayakiro mbere gwa Charles Baryomunsi bagubika ko hetu gwendira abana bayiza kuyija nimureba mbwene hatu kandi twagira ho mutano abo kabana be bariho bona bamwinamira kandi twakwatanza nabo okhendera Charles okozere ebyokozere umunsi nibingi mukama kugere embabazi akwakire ohumura umusingi kandi abazikimwena mwaraga mukama bembe mugareke n'obusingi mwe bari kumpuriza
mwe bari munonga twaza kugiraho speech ngufu eri kuruga wa Mzee bangirana OB kandi munywani wa the late Charles Baryomunsi agambeho bugambo buki ari Mzee Charles Baryomunsi.
Bagenzi banje abiza kusendekereza umugenzi Baryomunsi nimwe bari kwiza kubana family ngo kumwija umwami Baryomunsi twaturukumwe mu university twakorana kumwe mu government kandi ntwinganise emyaka yo nindiga arumushanga nanye ndiyo nimpereza omwihanga ryitu nubagira ngwensi eyiturumu nebasa kuba imazireho imyaka miliyoni 20 kandi abamwe bagira ngo emazireho triliyoni 10 twagumaho tuiza kureba imwe banamu mwatunga challenge nabwo cyo ntubashaba mugumize mu muhereza ruhanga n'ensi yitu ruhanga abahereza ubwenge twenda to moving forward mwe bari munonga
kejo samare mwagireba mwe bari muzeyi nobo bugambo bucenga OB kandi munywano w'umgenzi nanyenda kubanjuriraho umuntu omwe Sister Francis Nantale from Sisters of Mary Reparatrix Entebbe aka ari munywano w'KG uba ino bature Entebbe n'abandi banywano ba the late bariyaha ni twabari organizinga no budure tabashoma izina hazina kanshabe speech endi jwe kuruga ahari murumuna w'umgenzi Ponsiano Mugarura uje utereze ubugambo then warugaho abana nbakutereza speech yabo
we bari munonga kagambirizi abasosordoti n'abashomesa ababakwasa mu kutebembera mu kitambo cya mseji abembezi bedini abandi muno abasista we bari munongo kweretana ninza kwetana bwe stiro abeshongozi abantu mwena ombetini sabyanyu ogunimiria ndiko twasekara twaba babiri konka twina mani abo kuba tubini ahabwe nkinengera ngo twina mani abo kuba tubini Baryomunsi akatunywanda ime mwena tukugira ngo mwija hanuya ahabwanye we Mugarura ninga habwamiri mwija habwo mukago gwa Baryomunsi mwe bari munonga twina mani ahabwo kuba Baryomunsi nowe mukuru we nowe byari mukuru we kikacyitu rukumo rwenda nshanju nena ngatunga diploma yanjye ya agricultural mechanics obwanshomesize kugaruka mu Rwanda nkaga netano namara kweza primary 6 yankwasa abanyanyazi ati banyanyazi tata tarabashomize itwe tukashoma nyona mukuru wanje mashoka tonda cy'umugenzi ubwo mucyara we yijana hano yana na mucyara wanje naka mucyara roza katonda ki ati konka abanyanyazi bazi barindu bazara abana nyoni ndebera abantu bingi na kwasomburumo iyo nakatondwa ki abana babanyanyazi batarabona kandi umuru bakajura okushoma kandi nyina amasukongu tukagezaho ecya kabiri itwe ntukomoka Karama iya Bwongera shwenkuruza witu bakandi bamweta byampunuka yazara umushija bakweta Matimba no Agustino numuhurize ne Agustino habwenkira ryo mbana bitu numanya ngo twine Matimba no ombana bitu Matimba no yashwero mukazi Mangadarena bazara umushija tubahurra tata yaruga Karama yafuruka yaza Kakigeri omurihunga kajara ntungamo obwe akaruga Karama azire Baryomunsi azire Miri Felista azire Kandida azire Marcel Katondwa ki abo nabagenzi hati hakurasire hogo mwine hakurase hondijo mushiki bakweta Marta tukamuzika bwejo nanye nija nkabucura nanye naruga yo kunatangira nanka kukura
namara kutunga mu rumunahebo mu rumo go kureberera bishukuru batata aba banyanyaze nagutandikira mbar bakabanda baho abamwe kambegese by'imikono abandi bagumza mbashyana za universities emibyo nemikago y'Abaryomunsi ari kungegese cyo gukora konka Baryomunsi argaha ashohoka ngugwe Kampala agure banja za bombo agure banja kamnanka muri Kampala ine hinka polosi hinka kazityo tinkuzimanya hati izoba rumwe rukumurwenda inshanju n'eshatu mwareba abana b'Abaryomunsi bariya inshanju n'eshatu Baryomunsi akijo witu atumanya ntungira accident ntogitungira nkai atungitungira omuruti omushaba kweta nyitirimba neki kandi atungitungira accident natomerwa omukazi bakweta Kampiri yareta omukazi Kampiri ogwo n'omwana obakweta Matimbano hati Charles yamutwanjura wit kajara yamkwasa mama na nyewe nituto tataka farko nkagane tano yamutwanjura umwana oyemera Matimbano ogu ni Charles Matimbano outata yareserenkai so ogu n'omwana witu kitwire nkigambo okwe manya akazara okwe mwana ndeka nyoncanjure hateri izoba tukwe ogu nawe n'omwana wa Baryomunsi bayenda kumukebeza DNA ninza kwereshaga mayanje takwenda byanyu takuza kubaga nebya mere aine ebyakashoma yaheza manya tegereza ncyo nani nziri kwa announcinga hati kirgo mu kanwa kanje so n'omwana wa Baryomunsi mumwakire ninga murebe kiri harimu konka nyonka mwakira kare ndebo ko mushana we yamwori rogo Charles Mutegeche sinaka tofa Chris Mutegeche ogo in fact atahana ishere riba izinarien na yeta Charles Mutegeche ogo mwana bakamota Charles Matimbano atahana ishere rutagaraka kweshere uri Charles Matimbano abonchi yakwesere Charles naherezaho mukama baherezo mugisha ogo nawe nanda kugira cyagamba
mwene bantu mwe reka byamunwa ninsima abantu mwena gonka nimbanza kusima abahereza bitu bafaza nimbasima buzima mwe barokora umurimo ninsima abantu mwena okumwiza kandi ninsima nyotaro kindi ukora no kuza kusima konka ninsima abantu tusagira mukatozo abaturisize mukatunywisa mukatkorera ibintu byo mugaso numwebare nabasomesa bitu numwebare ebimukozere mazima konka kandi kinanifa nyine abana abuturubanye nento anuya abana ababuturubanye nento mwimuke muhubire omuzire wanyogu kandi mwimuke muhubire nabakamwana banje nangwa na mutano wanje yabaro muhikaha muhubire nki Mzee wanyu yagenda yahumura bantu mwe mugiro mugwirana mureba ngo abantu baba kwisana bananka mwimuke muhubire Mzee wanyu kandi twineho nabana abari sento ne bana muhubire omushijogu bantu mwakabatesa numwebare kandi kwiza kandi garakansima hagarama yamawe nsima kagarama kuyiza nsima ihungo kuyiza nsima karamo kuyiza numwebare kuyiza nangwa nabakwe banje baryaha bantu mwe mwimuke mwemerere bakwe banje mwimuke mwemerere numwebare mwakora umurimo kandi mbwe nkusima posiyano kandi nkusima mukama kwereza umugisha yiwe no mukazi wawe abo kuba okaza mukatozo omusizi oguyiza kwise nagira ati ningaruka mbarra konko bungaruka mbarra niza kusanga posiyano mbwene Ruhanga yakikunda yamusigaho yagenda mbwene kinkusimira Ruhanga ekingwena ngo musimire ni musimira ahabwo kuba wabucuruho utakamusigireho wamwemereraho mwamuzika ecyo nicyo ndikusimira Ruhanga nabakazi bawe mwebare bakazi mwebare kandi Ruhanga agarikira yamuhereze ndwara eyo butendagarika kuteganisa oha kuteganisa posiyano we no mukazi wabo kwa babimbiza kutegana munonga bakusemba rwazo umusizogu abana bebe barahare abiratine kindura abiratine kigira ona bwire guryo mugango gwo posiyano mbwene mukama webare ekyokozera musizogu kureba nahumura atagizere ki atasindagine mukama webare abamwe babasa kugira ngo nebasa kubendwara yambi konka tugimusimire nimwebare bantu mwo kwiza kandi webare
mwebare bigambo mwabihurura turyo tugenda je misho obwire nindeba buryo n'utwata konka kambanze mbanjurura abantu bacha bariyo bahandika abakwandike kimwa leta kutukwasa omukuzikoku Julius Katondo ki ahori yemerera bakurebe abakwandika Julius aliyaho Constance Bashenyi niwe yemerera bakurebe ayemeri hariya Jennifer Wentaro ahori Jennifer bona bariyaho abantu bine bitabo byo kuhandika ubutumwa bwono bwakubasa kuba bwija kutwasa omukushendekereza Mzee Charles Baryomunsi twaza kufuna just oburango buke obutumwa bwo kusasira kuruga aha director na ba staff ba Roma Pharmacy omuruti basindika okushasha kwabo basindika nemitwale 5 kubasa kukwasa omukuzika abeka ya Tadeo Rwakisho tiyabasa kwija konka yazwekirwa abekaye nabo basindika amazika gemitwaro 20 kubasa kukwasa okuzikoku then abaruga na mugongo wa Kiso district Buganda bajwekira Sam Chigundu ahabwa Sharon's mother utabasa kubaliyaha abo kwatara mu ihanga owirobu basindika amazika gemitwara 35 aba bajwekera nimba shamwemerero kache muhumbira abantu those from Wakiso Chigundu and the uncles of Sharon, you're welcome. So twaza kugira just urubazurume kurugaha abana mwijo mishaha muherezo urubazuru wanyu
bantu bitu abecharo twabashemerera nanyine bingi ebinkwenda gamba Mzee konka ebikukira mu abigamba kandi ekindi our matters ezikuba nzetenga kubanza kudiscussinga before you shock anybody. But thank you very much for letting us know. We are all human beings, we are children of God, and we don't know what happened. That's not for us to judge. But thank you. I'm the eldest child right now. I was named after my mother, Constance Mary Baryomunsi. I have my sister here, Caroline Ann Baryomunsi, and I have my youngest sister, Catherine Florence Baryomunsi. We grew up in a very loving family, I must say. Our parents loved us a lot. I cannot speak about my dad without speaking about my mom. And we've been going through a very trying time. We just lost our mom about a year ago, and here we've lost our dad. We are trying to get to terms with this. It's been a very shocking time for us. So I had so many things to say, but I'm kind of like in a shock. I don't know what to say anymore, but we pray for you. We pray for God's mercy, for God's love, and our parents taught us how to pray. My dad taught us how to pray. We recited the rosary every day. We said all the prayers that the Catholics pray. And we're still keeping up with the Spirit. We're teaching our children to pray and to know God. I'm sorry. I'm in shock. I can't lie. I'm going through pain and trying to get to terms with everything. My sisters as well, I'm sure, are shocked, and I think this is not the right place or the right time for some of these things to come out. So we could have sat as a family and discussed this so that we know what to do next, but not to just throw it on us like this. We are mourning our parents. We want you to be with us, but not to just mess up our lives. If a mistake was made, it's not a mistake. If a child was born, that's fine. It's okay. We're all children of God. But don't bring it out like this. Okay? And not at this time, most of all. Thank you for understanding. We pray for the soul of our dad to rest in peace. Thank you very much for your love, for your kindness, for your everything, for your contributions. Stephen and your team, thank you very much. Everybody. I have nothing to say. Thank you.
Mwebare speech y'abana narongo byataka gambiri baba yeta meya kuramsya abantu na niza kushaba meya aije kwarahize ayete member of parliament wa Pingire county atwerezo bugambo bwe den tugarukire icweka echa church.
Webare Reverend Father batubembye mu kitambo kya misa n'abashomesa n'abasister family ya Mzee Baryomunsi, honorable member of parliament n'abaziki batahi banje basebo n'abanyabo muhumure ibintu byo family nimbahumuriza okuferwa nebyabaho icyo nikiza kwa ombwire bwacu nyinaha deputy mayor babasa kwemerera abwa stage. We have the speaker of this mighty city. We have the PA of the Lord Mayor. She's also around. Honorable councillors abariyaha baba tukambira kintu cyobwire nitwe ntubumanya ukatwija kushasha aba family Mzee wanya bari yo muntu murungiye bari yo musharu kujwara shots ze tubere ntusiba nawe arabo tube ntumukunda abira ryo mushija murungi munonga. So please you also come nobore yarugaho family roho ntubakira nkabataka mwijara ife koreki egumizemu kandi neza koraki neza gumizemu member ya parliament hakubara hona na bari member of parliament. A member of parliament is a member of parliament of the whole nation Uganda. So I invite you to talk to the mourners kandi bangira ngo nomukwe. Yeah, you are welcome sir. Omugenzi mukamaranga mecyumuro kirungi.
The clergy, all political and other leaders in your different capacities, the family, the bereaved family of which I am part of. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the clergy very, very much for their prayers. Yesterday, we took the body to church, and I could feel how painful it was for the clergy and the choir when we held mass, meaning that Jaja Boy was part and parcel of that church. Since he retired and came to live here in Ruti, he dedicated his life to the church. And therefore, thank you so much for looking after him and his home, this family, for all those years. We really appreciate you for that. My name is Fred Opolot. I represent Pingire County as a member of parliament, but also I'm an in-law of this home. I first met Caroline at Caltech Academy when we were pursuing our A level. I will say that we were in the same class, and she was the most beautiful girl in that class. She was absolutely beautiful, and straight away, I knew that I'm going to marry that girl. But her beauty was not just an exterior beauty, physical appearance, no. She had that inner beauty. Very good person, very humble. As time went on, and as I interacted with the family, the sisters, the brothers, the uncles, I knew now where that beauty came from, and that good-heartedness. That's when I realized that I had a good woman. After A level, after our A6 examinations, I think within a month, I went to London. But I left someone behind. But I'll tell you something. Before I went to London, of course, we couldn't tell the parents, and neither could we tell the sisters. We did something very fast at the registry before I flew out. And indeed, after 6 months in London, I bought her a ticket to join me, and indeed, she joined me after 6 months. Subsequently, we were blessed with 3 children, brilliant children. Tricia Opolot, the eldest, Vanessa Opolot, and Joshua Opolot. And if you look at these kids, and even the way they behave, it's incredible what they've taken from the man who is lying ahead of us. Incredible. Meaning that what we saw of Jaja Boy wasn't an act all those years. It was inborn, he was his nature. This man lying ahead of us is an illustrious person. He's had an illustrious life. When we gained independence immediately, we did not have skills. We did not have qualified people. So government, and especially the people, the colonialists who were still around, were hunting for extremely brilliant people. They went to universities looking for good people. And one such good people was Jaja Boy. He held high office in this country. He's probably one of the pioneers of agricultural production and administration. He's one person who pioneered Busitema Agricultural College. But he still remained very humble. He had humility. And that's very rare. Extremely rare. I say rare because I know. When I get to a position, I want to be driving a good car. I want to be driving a Range Rover, for instance. I want a big house. Not that he did not have a house, a big house, or houses. He had multiple houses, of which multiple houses he gave out to his kids. We are very privileged to have been a part of the life of Jaja Boy, Charles Baryomunsi. He retired and went back home majority of people, when they retire, they look for other jobs, especially in boardrooms or other government contracts. But he went back home and said, I'm going to retire to my home and look after my land and look after my family. Very humble man. Very rare do we have, you all know and have met relatives or friends who after very long service in government, they've retired, they earn pension, and they become beggars. This man never became a beggar. Never. This is one man I know who ably lived with in his pension. Yes, his daughter certainly used to make a contribution to the running of the home, certainly. But he managed living on pension. But having said that, some people are extremely unfortunate that there's been a problem accessing pension. And that is unforgivable, especially where such mistakes are directed to certain government officials within parliament. At least as a member of parliament, we do receive such complaints. But I would want to reassure you that our parliament works. Because whenever you present such pertinent issues to your MP, it is raised maybe through matters of national importance in the House, in the plenary, or through a petition. And whenever it is raised on the House, matters get worked on. And especially now that we have a vibrant team of House Speakers, Honorable Anita Among and Right Honorable Taebwa. These are people who always, in whatever we do in Parliament, make emphasis that whatever issues you raise, they must be people-centered. I cannot, it would be unfair for me to sit down without mentioning one flagship program or government program. Because, first and foremost, it was in the NRM manifesto. And I would like to take this opportunity for all of us, to thank President Museveni, who is our president. He's a very insightful leader who means good for this country. And certainly, within the NRM manifesto before the last elections, he was emphatic on bringing the 38% of the population, the poor of the poor, to bring them out of poverty. That's why the parish development model was initiated. And indeed, as parliamentarians, we felt it was a fantastic program, and therefore we supported it and appropriated money for each parish, meaning that each parish receives 100 million every year. And of those 100 million, 100 people receiving 1 million each are to qualify. Because it is targeting the law of the law. You cannot borrow over 100 million. 1 million. So I urge us, whoever, majority of us, when I look around, do not qualify for a parish development model. I don't think so. Because we're already above that threshold. But what I would ask, especially the leaders in this area, sell the PDM. it has to work for our people. This is money that goes directly to their accounts. It does not go to the district accounts. Yes, there are challenges like anything else. But it is us who should work and ensure that we resolve such challenges. When I was coming here, I tried accessing, calling my colleagues who are area members of parliament, Honorable Mwine Mpa and Honorable Rita. They send their condolences. They have not been able to come here to be with us. They would have liked to. Honorable Mwine Mpaka, as you know, is a chairman of the Trade Committee. He is one of the brilliant members of parliament we have in that house. People who make things move. And equally, Honorable Rita is a good friend. We work very closely in parliament. I have that extra role as a chairman of the Indian Affairs, a parliamentary chairman of Indian Affairs. So with the Indian community, we are trying to ensure that Mbarara City benefits from a health camp very soon. So we're working with Honorable Rita to ensure that happens. Finally, this home has to continue. It has to continue. I mean, I cannot imagine that we have come here, sent off Jaja Boy, and that is the end of this home. No, it can't. It cannot. Whatever issues are there, they are family issues, and they'll be resolved. They'll be resolved. Because as I know, this is a family that I have never heard of conflict. Never. And I do not want us right now to admonish the legacy of that man and his wife who is lying. Because they did brilliant in raising the family. So, I think whatever it is, it will be resolved. And I'm very confident that it will be. But when I talk about continuity in this home, I want to task one young man who is part of this home. Two young men, in fact. Michael and Charlie, where are you? I need you to stand up, I'm afraid, if you're around. Michael, I want you to go and sit there. No. Michael, I mean it. I want you to go and sit next to someone that you feel so strongly about. Michael, you are not escaping. 2 days ago, I challenged Michael and Charles. I told them that now that Jaja Boy is not around, there has to be continuity in this home. Your sisters, your aunties, and are not around all the time. I'm not saying that you should be around 24/7, but the home has to be a home. And a home, when two gentlemen are in a home, they must have wives. Am I lying or not? Hey. They must. Fortunately, Michael promised or reassured me and some of that. We asked him, what's happening? He said, no, very soon. She's around. That's why I called him. The next time that we come here to this beautiful home, we want to attend a wedding, not a funeral. So with those remarks, I'd like to thank all of you. And indeed, do stay around the family if you can. The girls, the grandchildren, they're devastated and they need company. And once again, the clergy, thank you so much for your patience. We appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Fred Opolot. Nani nyenda kukoraho uburango buke kuturaze ahakushendekereza Mzee Charles Baryomunsi kumutwara habuturo bwe ntuza kugira abantu bake abo kuba icweke kitukuza ku ninga obuturo bwe yaho bwatebekanisibwa tarahango so nza kushaba ba family no bara barazeyo aba family bake abandi abantu mugumaha ntuza kuba tukora announcements zindi zirayongereho kandi ikindi kitwantu tugezo kubagambira no kugira ngo aho shitami urebe ngo akashauka wagumokine nango gumeno ireba reba hanshaho abo kuba urunorti nabasa kugira wagena nakasumu kawe mbwene munyikirize recognizing of family yanganwa basindika condolences of 500,000 to help in the burial expenses. The Nganwa family, please wave to the people. Echo cyahwa the kangaroo z'aba church mwe bari munongo kutwikirizana no kutugumisiriza mwe bari munongo.
Kama wetu Yesu nabakunda mwishiramana ga mutima rukwera nikunda kushaba ngo munkwase tusime ruhanga owatekaho buteko obu ashaha yo kusiburana na Mzee Charles tumusime mukama nangwa tumutera omungara we bare mukama we bare tata oyisibwe hebwe kitinwa nishaba munkwase tusima abatambizi bitu faza bitu Faza Julius Muhwezi hamwe na Faza Richard Kamugisha mwebare munonga reka tubatera omungaro afaza mwebare munonga kunda kusima abashomesa bagenzi banje ababasaha omukyara Kamanyiro Praxeda omushomesa unagiro bijere ningushaba oyumukire obubera abantu babare kumpentebe omukyara Kajungu Paula kuruga Nyamitanga Center yimuka omushomesa gumisiriza Anastasia kuruga Charo Parish kandi omuringo gw'omutano no mama wa Faza Kamugisha Fasa ya jango mbagambe na munyanya wa chifa owishenkazi rero nyeho mushomesa mugenzi wanje rukumpera twebaze Gauda yimuka obubereho abantu twine omugabuzi w'omutano omugabuzi w'Isakaramento okuri omu White omukyara ky'omukama Rosemary ndicho simira Uzebia orukuhereza omusenteji eyakatozo kama nabakunda kandi mwebare munonga
webare omusomesa Uzebia nyenda kubasima bwo kugumisiriza nabayimusi mwana omwe mwana mumbehera ngo bwire nywe nantakabagambire a few remarks for us all. A few remarks for us all. kamba nze nyanzure Father Richard kamusaba bamwanzwire kandi na turi singiro ni chaplain w'abasista aba Good Counsel. Twine sister wa Good Samaritan Sisters. Please sisters stand up for recognition. Thank you. Kandi twine abasista aba Bikira Mariya bamuzo murungi abambalala. Please stand up for recognition. Mwebari. Honorable Plot, thank you for the beautiful comments that you gave at last. And I want to say beautiful and good comments. Secondly, he talked about continuity. We must all look at the continuity that he's talking about. A chind. One, that you must look at negative things, we don't even look at positive things. So to the family members, look at what Uncle has said in a positive way. In a positive, yes, it might be a wrong forum for it, but look at it in a positive way. And that's my humble request. My humble request. It might be a wrong forum, but also a wrong forum has a reason why it must be a wrong forum. Must be having a reason why it must be a wrong forum, and that wrong forum turns things into positive things. Positive things. In your way, I don't usually look at negative things in what people say or what people do. I don't usually look at that. If someone hates me, I must go and look for the reason why someone hates me. And the moment I learn to know why that person hates me, I get what is positive from that. And it builds me. It builds me. I'm going to give you a story. When I was still a seminarian, during the time of COVID, my real cousin came and told me that he'll never be a priest. I remember that was the time of COVID. He told me you'll never be a priest. So, but good chance, my dad was just next to me and he held me and said, don't. I went in my bed, slept. And that day, I reciting perfectly, which I had never done in my life. From that, just the good spirit told me, go and see your aunt. I went and saw my paternal aunt, and we talked and we resolved things. And after my ordination as a deacon, I went and visited my brother. I said, how are you? And we reconciled. We are good friends now. Now I'm thinking a wrong forum turn things into a positive things. Mukama abenimu. Uwo musaraba yaza kutwebembera rero twaza ahakina. Kandi nyenshakare naza kuba haruhumsa harsaha mukaga. Yes.
izina rya patiri n'irya mwana n'irya mutima w'urukwera amina. Ayi mukama witu Yesu Kristo wamara kashato mu kituro wakahasirira ibituro by'abikiriza bona ngo bizikwe mu abafire kandi bitwizusiye amasiko go kuzoka. Tweshengereza ikirizo muhereza wawo gu Charles Baryomunsi ahumure n'obusinge omurye kituro okusyayiwe nyakuzoka kandi magara ubwo rumuzora n'ekitinwa akarebana niwe mu kushemerwa kwiguro kutawaho wemerero katwara obusinge n'obusinge. Ruhango mushobozi wabyo nakunzire kweta mwine wito gu Charles Baryomunsi kurwo munseji mwentu ziko mu birugo mwita ko mugwarugire kandi uko Kristo yazocire ombafira ryo muganiro gwabo nuwarihindura tyo emibiri yitwe tine nko kweri akajishanisa nkogwe ogwe kitinwa. Ayiruhanga iwe uhumuza imitima y'abakwikiriza mbwene kiture ki oche omugisha ochiteho marika wawe achirinde kandi mwine wito gu omubiri gwe gwazikwamu omusasire bibye byona omwakire ashemererwe omuriwe hamwe n'abashire bawe ebiro byona icyo twacisha abantu turabo muri Kristo mukama witu.
Abana mwize muteke y'icumuri and kuzarwa na Charles the in-laws waya mukama bene imwe bahanga umusobozi wabyo n'abahereza umugisha tatitwe na mwana na mutuma urukwera mugendo mu businge.
Anatwariachi tiveneyo burabo tivenda chindi chinuzire kazoba niyo gabo rokondo nebanyesiwa eyabo timurera ekweisete mubonobi eyabo teligera obwerane yeshongora agabo habigoga ruanga yabaterekire rokondo niyo njoga ebyevugo n'ibihana bateine mu bugobya n'ibijabwizi komogera biteine kibisibya